Okay, second recording 2025. All right, don't get hit like hip scribe at the belt. We're going over linear inequalities again. All right, very important, or in Espanol, muy importante. All right, these things look like this. All right, if you had like a regular line, okay, you don't have to write this down unless you want to. They look like this. They're either shaded up, shaded down, um, and we'll see them again. Uh, but this is the main thing I need y'all to know. It's going to be shaded above when it looks like this. Basically, if the Y is being eaten by the sun. I, say that again. Okay, yeah, thank you. All right, now you're going to shade below if the Y isn't being eaten, because that means Y is less than. Okay, I know some of y'all are like, that doesn't make sense. Again, trust me, the stuff I took out would have probably made this a lot easier to understand. But actually, we'll graph these here in a second online. But it will just do this. This is easy. All right. Also, it's dotted. All right. This is kind of like our open circle, and this is kind of like our closed circle. And this is, remember, it's like mx plus b when it's like this, and yada yada. All right. So let's step through how this is going to go. Before we do that, we're going to pull this up right here. Come on. I'm going to pull up a Desmos graphing calculator. We're going to, okay, good. All right. So, working on this one. All right, solid or dotted. Is there a line underneath the sign? No. So this is going to be dotted. All right. Is the Y being eaten? So the Y is being eaten, so we shade up. Oh, like this? Okay. All right. So you can say in your mind shooting the arrow, but see, I'd say being eaten because that's how I've been doing it for, I don't know. Well, that's okay. We can disagree, but we're not going to argue about it every time. All right. Now, B. B is the number without X. What is that number right there? 1. Yeah. Phew. Didn't know if y'all were back with me from that. All right. M is the number beside X. You have two problems on your test just like that. And that's all you had to do. Are you sure? Now, the dotted and shade up and stuff, that doesn't make much sense right now. But I'm fixing to show you why it's going to make sense. So, we're zooming in right here. There's our B, where it crosses at the y-axis. Is that 1? See how it's shaded above the line? That means all the y, like it's from the line at each point, and it's shaded up. Okay, just kind of like we would shade left or right, like we have been doing. All right, it's dotted because it's like our open circle, friend zone. We acknowledge it, but we don't include it. Okay, and then our 2x, this is our slope to go from here to that point there. We would go over 1 and then up 2. Okay, so that's kind of what these look like. We will actually come back to these either later this, either before spring break or after spring break, and actually graph some of these. But I'm kind of throwing this in here because it goes along with these linear stuff. Um, it's a little fun. All right. So repeat of these notes. Number 2. Number 2. All right. Number 2. Is this going to be solid or dotted? Solid, because it's got the line up underneath it. Which way am I going to shade, up or down? Yeah. You could actually write the word. You could draw a thumbs down. You could draw an arrow. Just, I need to know down. Okay. What is the number without x? Very good. -6. What is the number beside x? Bam. Believe it or not, if you can do this right here on the ACT, because you don't have to graph on the ACT. They'll ask, what is the graph of this? You can actually pick this out just by knowing this, because you know the characteristics. It's getting the concepts just a different way. I was talking to a kid last night, and I said, did you learn anything at school? They said, we learned fractions. I said, 5 out of 4 people have problems with fractions. She said, yeah. Some of y'all still won't get it. All right, number 3. Is this solid or dotted? Solid. There's a line up underneath it. All right, shade up or down? Are you actually looking at the problem, or are we just like having verbal diarrhea? We're just spouting out crap. All right. All right. What is the number without x? And what is the number beside x? 3/5, 3/5. And there we go. So how many problems do we have like this on the test? 2. Yep. Ka-chow. Friday. All right. Is everybody okay with 1 through 3? And somebody's like, holy crap, this is actually a lot easier. Yeah. All right. You have 2 problems like this on the test. Determine whether the ordered pair. All right, so this is what you do. This is your x value. This is your y. So we're going to plug these in. So this is going to be 1. Now, there's a really cool movement. There's like t-shirts and lanyards and bracelets and stuff made about it. And it's based over how I would approach a math problem. It's WWJD. What would Jeffries do? Okay, I don't know if that's what y'all have seen it, but you've seen the what would Jeffries do bracelets. Yeah, it's a cool movement. Thank you for calling Mr. Jeffries' room. You're calling number 1 of the day, and I'm teaching a lesson, so you better speak loud so your voice can be on the microphone. You sure can. Thank you. All right. So If you were asking me, WWJD, what would Jeffries do on the test, I would not have to write this down. But that's me. Okay. Am I you? No. Some people may need to write this down. I would actually just plug it into the calculator. And I'm going to plug in, and don't ask me, don't come up to me on Friday. Where's the greater than sign? Is mayonnaise an instrument? Okay, no. I plug it into the calculator just as it was be written. Okay, I get 9. Is 9 greater than 5? Yes. So, yes. And there's a spot for you to mark, like you would like circle, check, X. You'll see on the other paper that we have later today. I mean, this is hard. Y'all better put on your helmets. I'm about to blow your mind. All right, so yeah, you got to pay attention. Okay, yeah, I got a little trickery now. Woo! Mr. Jeffries can, I'm not as slick as a gravel road. Sometimes I can make things happen. All right, again, that whole movement, what would Jeffries do? All right, I just type it in. All right, I get 14. Now, that's just me. That's how I would do it. Okay, now I know some people will do this. This is 12, and you'll do this, and then you'll say this is 2. I, I don't care. As long as you get the right answer, you understand how you got it. All right, is 14 less than or equal to 8? No. That's it. Yep. You get like 3 problems for doing that. The reason why you get 3 problems is because you got to plug in. Think about it. You got to plug in for X, you got to plug in for Y, then you got to mark yes or no. So that's why I think that it's worth 3 problems or 3 points. Yeah. Now does like on the first part when we were labeling if it's shade up or down, now you see like, oh, that's how kind of Mr. Jeffries thinks, with the okay. What was that thing on Bluey where the dad's hand turns to somebody that okay, never mind. The fact that I know more stuff about Bluey and I don't have little kids is a little sad. Okay, so horizontal, like this is the only graphing thing you have to do. Okay, you're going to have one of each of these on the test. I can just, one is going to be horizontal, one's going to be vertical. Woo-hoo. The order may change. Yes, I think there's 12. All right, so now I had to do sign because there's 2 different ones, and I was afraid if I typed them over and it would get confusing. So when it's Y and a sign and then a number, it's going to be horizontal, and this is Y. This is Y. This is when Y is greater than 4. So this is all my Y values. Now, is this going to be solid or dotted? Dotted because it's no line. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4 is right here. So dotted. See how all the Y values are marked at 4? All right. Now, Are we going to shade above or below? Above. All right. This is kind of how you shade, just a little bit. You don't have to be thorough. You don't have to, some people that are artists, I know you're going to like try to draw something, some type of caricature or something. I don't know. Just just like that. That counts as shading. Because remember, and I'm going to use this grid that says which one is X and which one. Basically, you find the Y, which is up and down, find the number, do the line, and shade the right way. Because I had a student last semester, and I see them, and I kind of wonder if they're okay. They're like, "Oh, I thought you could just choose either one of these for X and Y." I'm like, "Quit doing math like a hippie." All right, vertical. Okay. Remember how I told y'all yesterday that it seems really confusing sometimes about math? And I told y'all why? All right, think about it. Horizontal, all the Y's are 4. When you think about it, it doesn't make sense. When you see it, it does. It doesn't make sense talking about it that an X thing is a vertical line. When you see it, it will make sense. Okay? So, vertical when it's X assigned in a number. All right, so let's go to negative 5. 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5. All right, here we are, negative 5. All right, is this going to be a solid or dotted line? Solid. And I draw a straight line about as straight as not right. Okay. And no, I'm not going to grade you on how straight your straight lines are. I want to know, is it solid or something? Okay. All right. Where are all the, so this is X is less than, where are all the numbers that are less than negative 5? To the left or to the right? Wow. That's super duper crazy hard, isn't it? Man, might need some Excedrin for that one. A little migraine medicine. All right, let's look at these two. All right, this is going to be horizontal. Yeah. So we go to negative 2. So 0, let's zoom in. So this is 0, negative 1, negative 2. All right, is that a solid or dotted line? Solid. So all the way across. And it says y is less than. So where are all the numbers less than negative 2? Up or down? Down. And we're going to shade down because that also goes with the notes at the very beginning of this. All right, and our last one, x is greater than 1. All right, say it again. Dotted, awesome. So believe it or not, I do better on the dotted lines than I do on the solid lines. No, drawing them. Because look, that dotted line looks a lot straighter than my other vertical line because I don't have to do it very long. All right, so x is greater. Well, previously this week, as in Monday and Tuesday, When things are greater, the big or bigger, we go to the right. And that's it. Yep. So you'll have two problems like this, two problems like this, and two problems like this. Okay? All right. And don't forget, hit like, hit subscribe at the bell. Good stuff. Good things. Real talk.